everyone. Welcome to Artistically Married, where we explore the inner workings of our marriage driven by artistic expression. We're your hosts, Jake Ackerman.
And Brianne Steinberg.
Yeah, all right. So we just, we had an awesome, it was a pretty awesome weekend. Bree ended up getting the flu, but we dealt with it anyways.
I said we weren't going to talk about it.
We weren't going to talk about it? Well, it was a pretty prominent part of this vacation.
Oh, no.
But as we always try and do, we'll try and highlight the good things of the weekend rather than the bad.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's
also,
pretty rough.
well, I don't know. I guess another story. Oh, just the drive there too. I had my GPS debacle.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, usually you're the navigator and I don't even question it. I'm surprised that I wasn't. Yeah.
I know.
It took us 2 extra hours. We took the scenic route to New York.
Yeah, what should have been a 6-hour drive ended up being over 8 because we had avoid tolls clicked off on my phone. So
that's another example of blindly following AI to your destination.
And we had the other GPS that's just telling us turn around.
Yeah, just stop.
Around.
What are you doing? Why are you going north? You're supposed to be going south.
And I'm just thinking there's got to be a reason. And then I'm like, why aren't we driving on any highways?
Yeah, why are we taking back roads to New York City?
Yeah.
It was bad. But we got there.
Yeah, but we got there. And we were on time, too. We didn't miss anything, so that was good. Yeah, no, it
was good. Yeah. Yeah, so the first night, we went to Shpongle. It was amazing.
Uh-huh.
So, just to give you guys some backstory, I don't know, where you guys are in terms of knowing Shpongle, but if you haven't, do yourself a favor. If you are into EDM, electronic music, check out Shpongle. They were definitely spearheading a lot of psychedelic music. So yeah, this was actually, we're going to kind of take you through it, but this is our 3rd time seeing Shpongle.
Yeah. And
seeing Simon anyways.
It's more than, I guess you would categorize it electronic, but it is kind of more than that.
Yeah.
There's so much into it, a lot of live instruments, and yeah, it's hard to explain.
It's really psychedelic music. Yeah, it's got a tribal vibe. It's got a lot of really cool indigenous drum, the flute used to be so big, right? Raja Ram used to do the flute instrument in it, and it was just so prominent. But yeah, it's it's psychedelic. It's ambient. It's a lot of different stuff. It's a lot of world music, all blended together, down tempo, live instruments. It was amazing. If you guys haven't checked out Shpongle, do it. But our Shpongle journey started way back in the day, 2011 at Bonnaroo.
Yeah, so Bonnaroo 2011, that was our first big music festival that we did, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so you have your list of bands that are playing at all the times, and I just remember seeing that on the sheet. It's like Shpongle presents the Shpongletron experience, and I was just like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, come get Shpongled. We're like, what is that? Yeah.
Yeah, so
it was before Arcade Fire.
We had no idea what it was, and actually the
Rat-a-tat.
The Shpongletron experience was a giant pyramid-shaped tower, and his DJ booth was at the top of the tower with it had just a huge high-powered light laser right at the peak of the pyramid that was just shooting into the crowd.
Oh yeah, an eyeball laser. Yeah, looked like a laser shooting out of the eye of the pyramid.
Yeah, and then of course there's amazing dancers and lights and colors everywhere, of course.
Yeah, it's a really crazy immersive experience. It's all the things. It blends together. So yeah, when we saw them originally at Bonnaroo, it was all live instruments, and it blends sitar, tribal drums, flutes, synthesizers, and then different vocal samples.
I think Bonnaroo was a lot of recorded kind of DJing as well. He was in the booth musicians at the top. There was musicians too. There were musicians
on the stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and performers. Yeah. I went back today and was watching everything. I went back and watched our the second time we saw them. We're going to talk about as well.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, no, they have kind of a transformative. They do play a lot of festivals. They played at Shambhala. They played at Burning Man. So yeah, the show is described as a journey with visual and energy that transports you to another dimension.
Totally. Yeah, and I think they really do a good job with it.
Yeah, I just love anything that's like a whole encompassing, like encompasses all the art. So like we've talked about this on the show many times before, and we're actually we're leading up to we're gonna do in May an episode, because we did one on frequency and sound, but we really do want to do one on just the power of live music and shows and concerts.
Yeah.
So this is a good like segue to it, and we're gonna do it in May, but you know, a lot of times when you go to music, it really just is the music, and that's powerful enough. Yep. I mean, I'm not complaining when I go see a band and the music's great and they're playing live. Like it's transformative. It's amazing. It changes our life. We spend any extra penny we have on it, really.
Yeah.
But when you add these other elements of art and it's all happening at this like at the same time, we're going to talk about it about our show on Friday, but like, yeah, you just like don't know where to look. You're just like, oh, do I want to watch like live music? Do I want to watch a dancer? Do I want to watch an artist perform? They had so the one at Bonnaroo as well. And this is like a common portion of the Shpongle experience was they would have a big canvas and it would start blank, and they would have this like painter, right? And she would paint the whole entire show until the art piece was finished at the end. So this was like a really new, like I had never seen that before.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, just watching
bringing just live art and
live
painting
art. Live painting
on stage at a music show is kind of an interesting thing to do, but it's really it's a great idea, and it's really cool, and I'm surprised more people don't do it, because you kind of it's obviously a painting happens slowly,
right?
But you can kind of keep checking in on it through the show, and then you're like, oh wow, like look what just happened. Look how far along it is, and then at the end, like hopefully they're either finished or they've just made a lot of progress that wasn't there before. And it's cool seeing it like evolve as the music's happening and the visuals are happening and all the lights and sound is happening.
Absolutely.
It's a great thing to add to a performance.
Yeah, because like you said, a performance a lot of times is like you know, it's 3 minutes, then it's the next song, and then there's a stop, and then there's the next song, and there's the next song. So it kind of is like in chunks. And especially if you recognize the songs, you're going to the concert and you know all the songs. But to watch, like I said, it does make it like into a journey where it's like a beginning, and then it's, you know, a whole 2 hours later that this like beautiful art comes out of it and this creation happens. So yeah, this is like a very like common occurrence for Alex and Allyson Grey, who this is the second part of our trip, was to CoSM, but like this is so common for them, right? Like this is not an abnormal experience for them to be asked to join an artist and be painting.
Yeah, it seems to be something they do a lot.
Yeah, they seem to do it a lot. And come on, as an artist, what a like cool invitation to be like on stage with a musical artist.
Yeah.
A lot of times with art, you spend all this time, like a DJ, you spend all this time behind the scenes creating your art. And then, you know, you put it out for people and they're like, oh yeah, you know, this is incredible. But you don't get to see that journey or that creative part for a painter where like they're working like countless hours. You and your visual art as well, your drawings as well, right? Like people just see your piece of art. And that's usually the first question they'll ask is, how long did this take? Like, how many hours did you spend like doing this? So to actually get to watch it live, and like you said, just kind of checking in throughout a show is really cool.
Yeah.
So that was our first experience. That was Bonnaroo 2011. And you're right. I think this was like pretty much our first music festival. And it was crazy today as I was writing this podcast. I was thinking back, like, these are still our best friends today.
Yeah.
Like something about going to music festivals when you're in your 20s just like solidifies your friendship, right? Like it's those memories that you have with your friends. So yeah, shout out to Sarah and Brent, Alex, Sheldon, Meg. Am I forgetting anyone? If I'm forgetting anyone, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, there was
Alicia. Yeah, they're still some of our best friends today. So yeah, we had a really great time. So that was it. We were hooked. I think from that day on, we kind of went home and we dug up everything that Shpongle had done, all the recordings that we can get our hands on. It became a pretty big staple on our iPod, I think, for the years following.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't say this, but they're British. Predominantly the two artists are Simon Posford and Rajaram. How old would Rajaram be now?
I don't know.
Like 90s?
He's very old.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Yeah, he is full of energy.
Oh my gosh. He was like doing cartwheels on the stage, like just crazy. I was just going to look up how old he is.
Yeah. Yeah, they were definitely a staple of my
He's born in 1940.
My formative years.
1940. Does that make him 84?
1940. I'm so bad at doing math that way.
Wow. You're so good at math, period, though.
60, 85. Yeah. 85.
85, yeah. He was actually, wow, he was born in Australia. But anyways, they were recording a lot in Britain. So then obviously years went by and we
well, also they like a lot of their albums they're quite a bit older now. Like they were coming out around that time.
Oh yeah.
And they would travel around the world and kind of collect sounds from all over the world. So they would find people in India like playing different instruments and things like that.
There's a lot of like indigenous world sound to their music.
So yeah, it's funny when people have that label or genre of music like world, you know?
Yeah.
But so theirs really could be
world
considered
music.
World because it's from all over the world.
Yeah. I think it was called like psychedelic ambient.
Yeah, for the most part, it's obviously gets the psychedelic part, but
yeah, it's so psychedelic. Yeah. Awesome. So then, yeah, years kind of went by, and obviously we kept tabs on Shpongle, and then they announced in 2018 they announced their farewell tour that they were going to do in 2019. And the last two shows were at Red Rocks in Colorado, and that was like a huge bucket list for us. I think at the time, we really wanted to get to Colorado. We wanted to check out Red Rocks.
I'd known about Red Rocks for a long time, and just I don't know.
Yeah,
nothing ever came up that was, you know.
It's a track. It's
monumental.
Far for us. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty far for us.
So this one was like it was going to be their last show ever.
Yeah.
We were really into them at that point in time.
Wow, that was like 10 years later. We were still really into them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're still really into them now. It's been 25 years later. You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
So then we had to do it. We had to go.
Yeah. And honestly, Red Rocks did not disappoint. I mean, obviously, of course, Shpongle was amazing. And we got the same, the full with the dancers and the visuals. And they brought it. Yeah. Like every dance, every song had like different performers and the creativity, those slinkies, those slinky men.
I know when you look back at the all the Shpongle shows, they really are like that. There's so much theater and crazy costumes and stuff that they put on there. So the
lights and the colors and the neons, the black lights. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the farewell show was very well orchestrated like that. There was so many different acts and
every number, right? Every song had like a different group of performers on there.
Yeah. There was like aerial acrobatics and like stuff hanging from the ceiling that was dropping down and people were swinging off of them and stuff like that. And then so many bizarre costumes and like people on stilts all dressed up. You have to see it.
Yeah. So I think it's really becoming less and less common now for people to afford the production of like visually recording their concerts. So typically if you go to a concert, you'll end up coming home trying to look it up and you get someone's like crappy cell phone video, they're just like propping their arm up or whatever. But they like paid for like really high quality production team for that show. So I just did it today. Again, I was like doing a dive, just some like brainstorming for this episode, and I checked out on YouTube, and just type in like Red Rocks May 2019, and you can watch this still today, and it's like perfect. It's very well produced, very well recorded.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're interested in what we're talking about, definitely do yourself a favor. Check out. Maybe I'll even put the link in the bottom of the podcast, so you guys can check it out. But yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, so that was the second time we got to see Shpongle. There was 2 different shows that happened. Like I said, it was at the iconic Red Rocks Amphitheater in Morrison, Colorado, on May the 3rd and May the 4th, 2019. This show marked the culmination of the live journey for both of these guys. So they. Yeah, this was the last time that they did it alongside the full ensemble of musicians and dancers and visual artists, the immersive, the painting and the elaborate lighting in the stage and all those kind of things.
And I think it was the last one with Raja Ram too. So Simon has done DJ stuff later on, but
yeah, totally.
It's
and
always
they
just
actually
been by himself.
And they have also recorded together since.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's just, this was like the last like immersive Shpongle experience. So it was a 2-day concert. They did a Friday and a Saturday, highly anticipated. I think it was like 20,000 tickets. Both nights sold out. I think they sold out within like a week. The tickets. Yeah. The first night was supported by Tipper and the second night was supported by Closey. So yeah, it was really amazing. And that was the first time we saw Tipper too, right?
Yep.
Like introduced to Tipper.
Time.
I meant like that was the first time like we heard about who that was, or
I was listening to him before, but
okay. Yeah, it was really awesome. So yeah, they kind of walked through a whole bunch of their different discographies, and yeah, so now since they've done recording stuff together, but now predominantly Simon just does DJ sets, which brings us to our weekend. Which brought us back to New York City, and I swore I would never go there ever again.
Yeah, well, we weren't in New York City. We were in Port Chester, which is in the north of New York City.
Right.
And so if you look on a map, it's basically
looks
connected.
So close to it. Yeah, it's like right on the river.
Like
right?
When you look at the map, you see all the land in New York is green, and then you see New York City, and it's this brown and gray of suburban, city. And so Port Chester is connected to that lump of city on the map, but it's north of it, so it was very it didn't feel like crazy busy New York City.
No,
it was like a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, I kept waiting for the traffic to like get crazy because it looks so close on the map. The crazy thing about New York City is how small the actual landmass is for like the density part. Like the actual high density
part though, because
it's really just Brooklyn and Manhattan.
As soon as you get out into regular suburbia, like things just spread out and it is farther. So even our show to the hotel was like a 25-minute walk.
Yeah.
And that was close.
Yeah.
But in New York,
no high density.
It feels like you could have covered like half of New York in that time, and there would have been so many things that you would have passed in that short amount of time.
Yeah, it was crazy, but it wasn't. Yeah, I was like, oh God, we're going back to. I really struggle in big cities like that. I'm just stressed out. I'm like, you can't even just like sit down on a park bench. Apparently there is parks there.
Yeah.
There's the park.
They probably charge you for it.
Yeah.
No.
It'll be $20 to sit on this park bench.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, no, it was amazing. What a great night. So Friday night was a DJ set. And again, we were really motivated because we've talked about them before. We've highlighted Alex and Allyson Grey from CoSM, Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. They were painting during the DJ set.
Yeah, so which was awesome. So they were the ones painting. Usually Shpongle before had, I don't know her name, but they had a different artist that did their live painting, and she would kind of do like
the same girl.
Yeah, it was usually the same girl.
Really?
Yeah, and she would do
I didn't realize that.
She would pretty much do a start to finish art piece.
Yeah.
But this time Alex and Allyson Grey were there, and they both had paintings that they were just working on. So they were kind of, they didn't do a start to finish piece, but you could still see, work being done on a painting, which was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently they're like going with them. I think they're like going, like they're traveling with Shpongle right now.
Yeah.
They're going with
they're doing all the other shows.
Right. In San Francisco?
I don't think there's a lot. There was New York, San Francisco.
Yeah.
Was there more? I'm not sure.
I don't know. They just announced that they were going to San Francisco, like I think this coming weekend, to perform, to do it again, to draw with Shpongle.
Yep.
We're not going. We got to celebrate Easter.
No, and we got to see the show.
Yeah.
We don't need to see it again.
Yeah, the craziest part was the dancers.
Yeah.
They had these like 6 like unbelievable adult performers. I don't know what else to call them. I mean, they were dancers, but they were dancers, you know?
Yeah.
We came home and our kids were asking us, and it's hard to explain to kids, right? Like,
Yeah. Were they wearing underwear?
We're like, kind of.
I don't know.
50% of underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they were amazing. I mean, they each had their own like kind of style, but yeah, I definitely feel like he hired them from a strip club. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
It was great, you know? I mean, I think now it's becoming, it's getting really open, and now because I'm in the dance industry, so I see it all the time. And now there's like those heels classes and burlesque. And I think it's becoming like a really, you know, a beautiful art form that's like about empowerment. And it's not, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
They're not doing anything. They're not naked.
No.
Most of their parts are covered.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was amazing. The whole thing, like, just again, it's always that energy where it's like, it's the art, it's the dancing and the music and the screens. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was going to say
visuals.
That too. Another thing that's really evolved.
We didn't even talk about that.
You go to any concert now, like, it's almost, you're
Standard.
expecting like a screen in behind that somebody's put work into that. But what's really cool with like the psychedelic music genre is that they put so much effort into these visuals, because that's what it's all about, I guess. And
it's supposed to invoke those like thoughts, right? It's supposed to show you that like level of creativity. Yeah.
Representing other dimensions and just, you know, things you can't imagine, where a lot of the times you see a band, you'll see either video footage of stuff you've seen before, or maybe it'll just be different shots of the band so you can see them on a bigger screen while you're watching them or something like that.
Totally.
Where this is just the whole thing is just like a visual experience. So it's like watching just a
geometry,
a constantly changing, geometric art piece, which is really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that before. I was like, oh, I wonder if this was like Jake's early inspiration for his art.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely was inspiration for my art.
And again, right? As soon as you came home from the show, you started drawing. You're like, I got an idea.
Yeah. Even a couple of the whatever you'd call them, visual patterns or something like
visual
that.
Changes. Yeah,
it gave me some ideas.
Very cool. So yeah, that was Friday. It was amazing, and that was my first. That was the only, not first. That was the only night that was flu free.
Yeah. Yep.
Stomach bug free.
Yeah.
And then I was rudely awakened at 4:00 in the morning on Saturday.
Yeah.
Anyways, again, like you said, we made the best of it, so it was all good. So yeah, and then we headed to CoSM as early as I could physically move. Yeah. I wanted to spend the day there, but we were kind of immobilized, stuck in Port Chester.
Yeah, it was an iffy drive, and it snowed.
Then it started snowing.
Yeah,
right.
It was funny being in even in Niagara Falls in Canada. It was warm enough. Actually, I think it was a really nice weekend. It was like 20 degrees.
My mom said it was like 18. She was trying to take the kids outside.
But we were in Port Chester and Wappingers Falls, New York, and there was a
snow.
Good amount of snow again. Yeah. We're like, come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty funny. And then the drive it's
touch and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was iffy if we were gonna make it without any messes in the car.
Oh, come on. Nobody wants to hear about this. We said we weren't gonna talk about it.
Right. We're not gonna talk about it.
All right. So we ended up getting to CoSM. The full moon ceremony started at what, 7? I think we got there at like 6.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
5 or 6. So yeah, we were still there in lots of time. So yeah, we really didn't know what to expect the first time we did our last podcast. All about, not our last one, but the last time we talked about the chapel that we had been in November. When we
Yeah,
were
I guess
there.
we when we went, we didn't really go during any kind of event.
No.
It was kind of just a regular weekend
Which
there.
is so cool because we got to spend like the whole weekend one-on-one with Alex and Allyson. But while we were there in November, we started hearing about the full moon ceremony, which happens once a month, and then also the following day. So it's like, it always happens like this. They do full moon ceremony on the Saturday, and then the Sunday they do art church. And I guess, you know, blindly, but not blindly, because we had been there and we knew their vibe and whatever. We really didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what the full moon ceremony or the art church was going to be. Like, we didn't know how we were going to spend our time. We just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And it was great. I mean, I've been kind of explaining it to people like it was as if it was like a retreat. It felt like it was like an art retreat, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Great date night.
I think it's so great. Like, what they're doing there is such a good idea. And when you're there and you see it, well, yeah, I was going to mention this later, but during the art church, somebody said, "Oh, you know, I'm thinking of buying my own property and doing the same thing, making the center for healing or something like that."
Wellness,
right?
Yeah, wellness center
or wellness, and they're like, "Oh, that's great, you know, like I hope you do it," but they're like, "We hear this 16 times a day."
Yeah.
And you can't help
but
but think that,
I
because while we were
this.
there, we're like, yeah, why don't we do this? Let's get a property and make this center for whatever art and culture and music. But they have done it,
brought it to life. Yeah.
And it's so great.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So yeah, we didn't really know what to expect, but yeah, it's it takes place in Entheon, which we talked about in our last one. If you haven't listened to our Chapel of Sacred Mirrors podcast episode, check it out. It was in November, I think. So yeah, check it out. It was all about Entheon. We talked about the gallery, but we're not going to get into that. So yeah, that's where it took place. It was on the giant. What's the size of that picture that's behind them?
It's got to be like 16 feet wide.
16 feet wide and
like 8 feet tall.
At least.
Yeah.
Because they're like halfway up it. Oh, I guess it's a little up the wall. But yeah, about 8 to 10 feet tall. Anyways, yeah, so it really did start like as a lecture. I felt actually like I was like back in university, which again, like,
well, you know, yeah, it did. It felt
like a seminar,
kind of like church, but it was,
we say in Catholicism, we had a homily. You said it was called a sermon.
Yeah, we would call it a sermon.
Yeah. Or like, it felt like it was a lecture, like you're in university, and they were walking us through kind of like various artists, and the theme was all about liberation.
Yeah.
Which we didn't really know till we got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they picked the theme, and liberation was it was a cool theme.
It was a great theme. Yeah. So they basically walked us through like all different artists and how they depicted liberation, how liberation has been like discussed over the generations, throughout years, throughout, you know, thousands of years, what it looked like in different places of the world. You know, different places and different peoples have been dealing with liberation on like a huge level. You know, we talk about it, and I think it hits home for every one of us. And that's the really beautiful thing about liberation, is that it looks different for every person, because no matter what, if you have something that is holding you down, or something that's like capturing you, or something that's plaguing you, even if it's like in your head, like the mental health issues that we're dealing with now on a daily basis, anxiety, stress, those are all, everybody visualizes liberation being free of these constraints in your mind. I mean, people over the generations and years, if you think of like slavery and stuff on like a huge level, I mean, freedom and liberation can be like a very physical thing for some people, sadly. But I think for us, it resonates because it still is becoming more of like a mental or emotional thing. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was just going to say that it was cool how it brought in all the different like religions into this talk. Like that was what I liked about it. And they picked stories that were relevant to the theme of liberation, but they kind of went through a bunch of them. So yeah. I thought it's really cool that they have this church, which I guess is a legal church. Well, we talked about that last time, but it brings everything in. So it's taking all the stories and respecting all of them, and
it's
and
definitely
using all
like
of them.
it's promoting inclusivity for sure. It's inclusive of all the different like faiths and
Inclusive of
spirituality,
religion, which is something that you don't see in many places.
Well, let's just say
Usually
inclusive of spirituality.
Sure, but usually you go somewhere and you only get one. Like that, if you go into a church, it's not today we're going to learn about, Buddhism or something like that.
It's crazy because we were both raised in like Christian and Catholic, and they seem to be, maybe Muslim too, where it's like it's their way or the highway. Like it's if you don't believe in that, bad things are going to happen to you.
Well, that's most of them.
No, Buddhist is not like that. Sikhism is not like that. Hindu's not like that. They're understanding that everybody has their own beliefs. But yeah, we were both raised in a Catholic Christian faith where like if Jesus Christ isn't on your heart, then, you got problems. You got bad things await you if you don't believe that. And I think that might just be like, oh God, I'm towing the line. But I think it might just be like, it's a community practice to think that like, it's like, having pride in your nation, you're proud of your country, you're proud of your community. And unfortunately, there is this side of like, if somebody else doesn't believe it, then they're wrong. That might be like a way to protect your culture and protect your community. But unfortunately,
and to protect your belief as somebody who believes that strongly,
you have to be that strong in it. Exactly.
It's hard to realize that other people
have other
things.
Beliefs. Yeah. And they're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree with you. I think it's really beautiful that they were able to like jump from Christianity to Judaism to Buddhism to Sikhism to Hindu to Muslim, and they were incorporating the same idea, the same moral, that same vision of liberation. And that was cool because nobody's wrong. We're all right. We're all trying to get to the same thing.
Yeah, it was interesting. So Alex Grey started with, it actually did start with Christianity, and they were talking about, he was kind of talking about the symbolism of the cross, and he went through a bunch of older Renaissance age artwork and Michelangelo and stuff. I guess Michelangelo did these really interesting drawings of Jesus on the cross. And but then they kind of got like darker and crazier as he got older, and more abstract. And then he showed some examples of just some other artists too that portrayed it all in different ways. I liked what he was saying though with he says just the symbol of the cross itself, it has the horizontal, which kind of represents like everything on our plane, but then he said the vertical is like this like ascendance, right? So taking everything from the ground and then up into
grounding to the heavens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which was kind of a cool thing to think about. And then obviously with the theme of liberation, the story of Jesus, like, liberating the world from sins.
Right.
Is kind of
so powerful.
It's a powerful symbol, right?
Yeah.
Of somebody coming and then taking all like the bad away from you and taking it upon themselves.
Yeah.
Like for you, right?
Yeah.
So it's a crazy like archetypal symbol.
Yeah.
Which I think everybody can benefit from. I think he was right about that.
Yeah, just the story of Jesus like as a figurehead is so beautiful. That like someone's coming to just like take care of you, I love that like story about the like footprints, the footprint story. It was then that I carried you kind of thing. Yeah. Just the idea that someone's there to like carry you and care for you, I think is like super liberating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as somebody who sat through a lot of Bible lessons, I would say it was a good Bible lesson.
It was a very good Bible lesson for sure. Yeah. He was raised very Christian. So yeah, he's got a lot of good ones.
Yep. Yeah, and then Allyson went on to the Exodus story, and she is from a Jewish background, I think, right?
Yeah, and actually they were celebrating last weekend. They were celebrating the Passover.
Right. Okay.
Happy Passover. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll keep it to myself.
What? You can say it. It's our podcast.
I was going to say hopefully nobody's children died, but that's Passover.
That's what that is?
Yeah, that's what the story is about.
What?
The angel passed over the door because they had marked the door, so then their firstborn son didn't die.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I should have listened harder to the story.
Yeah.
I thought it was about good food. They were talking about the
No.
dinner and it looked like a big meal.
No.
Right.
But that's what we turn it into now. And obviously nobody's children are dying, but
no.
yeah, it's a...
Oh my goodness. So the Exodus.
Yeah, so the Exodus story is I don't know, it's a crazy story too. It starts with like Abraham, the father of all nations or whatever, and then it goes into he has his sons and his sons have sons, and then so it kind of went through the story of Joseph, which is, down the line, and grandchildren, whatever.
Joseph, like Technicolor Dreamcoat?
Yeah, the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Nice.
So
That's the best story of liberation.
Yeah, that was a good one. So he was sold to slavery from his brothers because his dad liked him so much or something like that.
Oh, right.
And,
yeah. He had 12 brothers.
And so he went through this horrible, rough life as a slave. And then he ended up, he became like the second in command of the Pharaoh because he could interpret dreams. And then did he become the Pharaoh after?
No, I think he was just like hanging out with them.
Yeah.
I don't think he became the Pharaoh.
But anyways, so
he was definitely
kind
freed, and he became his like right-hand man or whatever.
Yeah, he was.
But that wasn't the actual Exodus story, right? The Exodus story is like the escape from the Israelites from from slavery or.
So then from there, like then
persecution.
Then you have Moses, who was the baby who was. Yeah, he was. There was an order to kill again. This happens a lot in the Bible. There was an order to kill all the baby boys that had been born because they didn't want a new king rising.
Ah.
And then so a mother like put Moses in a basket and sent him down the river to hopefully give him a better life. And then
clearly these people need the Adam and Eve story. How are they going to make more babies without boys?
Yeah, I know, right?
I guess the animal kingdom, you only need one boy and like 50 women.
Ugh, yeah.
That's gross. Then what about second generation?
Yeah. Then how are you going to get enough? I don't know.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, so then Moses gets picked up by people who worked in the palace. And so then he's raised as like an Egyptian elite, basically, for his...
right. Yeah.
But he was like a slave, and his, he knew it, and his, his keepers, not his real parents, like told him that. He was, a baby found in a basket.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, the princess, like, adopted him because he was found in a basket.
Yeah, and then so basically all the people of Israel are slaves in Egypt, and then Moses is growing up as an elite in Egypt, and finally decides, like, it's time for the people to go. And so
led them out.
Yeah, they had all the...
Marched them up the wall and marched them down again.
Up the wall?
Marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. No, it's a different story.
Okay, yeah, I don't know that one.
Oh.
But yeah, there was all the threat of plagues, and then all the plagues happened.
Oh, right.
And then finally the Pharaoh says, okay, leave. And then he parts the seas and they walk across the parted sea. And
I've like heard the Old Testament before, I'm sure, but I feel like in Catholicism anyways, we just like do the New Testament. We do like the Gospels.
Oh.
Do you guys talk about the Old Testament in Christianity?
Oh yeah, they love to. It's intense.
Yeah.
The Old Testament is very
exciting.
Crazy and
it's wild.
Filled with war and turmoil and craziness and many children being killed.
Oh, God. Good stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Catholicism just focused on the gospel, I think, a lot. There might have been some, for somebody who sat into how many times do you think you sat in a church? At least 1 million. No.
It is crazy to think about that past.
How many times?
Just like, we say it's barbaric, but how barbaric it was. Like, it seems like they have societies and stuff like that, but they're just so brutal. Like, even you think of, I guess we have our brutal times today too, but...
That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like past times and past people were dealing with like physical slavery and liberation issues. Like they were physically not free, but like we're physically free to do whatever we want. And somehow mentally we're like sitting in these boxes trying to like figure out what to do with ourselves. Like, you know, we're feeling like constrained by abstract things. So it's not brutal, but it's like mental torture kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, we are lucky here in the West though, like that.
I know.
It's not like that everywhere in the world.
No, of course not. Yeah, of course. There's, you know, that's happening right now in the world in places, which is unfortunate.
Totally.
So yeah, that was the first like 2 hours of the full moon ceremony. It was really just like an art / religion lecture, which is awesome. I mean, it was so educational. We learned so much. It was great. And again, like you said, I think it's really nice to kind of like put all the religions together and learn about themes that exist across all of them. Because as a belief system and as a practice, as a growing and evolving adult, I want it all. Like, I wish I had time to go to 8 different churches. I wish I had my whole Sunday devoted to going to learn about every different belief system in the world so that you could understand it, right? Understand the way people think and share light the best way you can and live the best type of life that you could.
Yeah, I really like that. Like I did, you know, I went to so much church when I was young.
Yeah.
That I did enjoy sitting there and kind of listening to it. But I also enjoyed that I was learning something new as well as hearing, you know, the old stuff I'd heard before too. So. Yeah.
It was amazing. And then, so they kind of, I guess they were celebrating. I was digging into this story today. I thought it was really cool. Hanuman. I had never heard of this before. It's I want to say Hindu, right? Hindu god?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Just want to double check. Maybe it's Buddhist.
Yeah, I'll check. You can keep going.
Okay, cool. Hanuman was a monkey-faced deity. Known for incredible strength, unwavering devotion, and heroic deeds. He was always like helping people out. Ancient Indian epic. So yeah, there's this like kind of story that they tell. I think it's Hindu.
Yes, it is Hindu.
Yeah, okay. It's called the Ramayana. They didn't really get into this, but I ended up like kind of reading into this today, and it was really cool. It was a cool story about this Hanuman. He was a son to a wind god. And kind of given this like supernatural speed and ability to fly, and he has like physical power. But for some reason, he's like stripped of the knowledge of it. So I thought it was really cool because it was kind of this symbol of like selfless service, humility, devotion. He in the Ramayana, he plays this role as like being like a servant to Rama, who is like a king who gets exiled from his community, and him and his wife set off, and then he hooks up with Hanuman to like kind of get back his wife, to rescue his wife. So yeah, I thought it was a really cool story. They were basically celebrating his birthday, and then obviously thus for like celebrating the idea and the symbolism behind like the wisdom and the discipline and the spiritual insight. So I thought it was really cool. One of the girls, I feel like she works there, right?
Yeah.
They were saying Hillary. Yeah. Hillary, a girl, it's this like, celebratory world chant that they do. And it's Hanuman's Chalisa. I forget how they say it, but it was like a 40 verse hymn in honor of Hanuman, and basically the story is that they're trying to like remind him of all his powers so that he remembers, because he's so powerful, but he ends up kind of being like at the servitude of other people because he doesn't remember that he has all these powers. So this like 40 verse hymn is like all reminding him of all the different powers that he can do, and it's in well,
I think it's supposed to
in
bring
Indian.
It's supposed to bring like the singer's strength, protection as well, right?
Yeah. They talked about being like they do it in honor of him, but yeah, it's supposed to give the person who's doing it, that kind of like protection and like years of good karma or something.
An inner peace.
Yeah. So yeah, this girl sang it a cappella. Again, really cool. If you want to check it out, it was something to see. I can't believe it was so hardcore.
Totally.
Yeah. If you do want to see it, you can look up on YouTube. It was
very long.
So long. 40 verses, just singing a cappella like that. Like, oh my gosh, amazing. What a woman. Beautiful singer too. Her voice was so good. and she was singing it it was Indian, right? What is that the right language?
Yeah.
Language Indian, yeah. No, I feel like it's not. It's called like something else. But
oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
From India, anyways.
It was from India, yeah. But she, what was I going to say? Yeah. So she sang this whole thing. Oh, I was going to say, if you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. It's under like the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. Just look up Chapel of Sacred Mirrors, full moon ceremony, April 13th. 2025. Yeah. And you can watch the ceremony. They show it every month too. If you're interested, every month you can tune in and check out the full moon ceremony, which is like the 2-hour lecture part and kind of whatever else was going on. So yeah, it was really incredible. I mean, a credible kind of character and symbol to follow, and a really cool story. I mean, again, we had never heard it before, but it seemed like a really big figurehead to them, a very powerful figurehead to the religion. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. She sang the whole thing. So yeah, check it out on YouTube. It was really, really impressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Hanuman. Oh yeah, I thought this was really cool. He was kind of like a representation of strength, humility, power, and surrender. And I feel like I just get that from going to CoSM. Like, it was just we're going to talk about it a little more when we talk about the art church, which is the Sunday event. But it was just this idea that like we all carry the divine within us. And I think that's like a really big theme at CoSM, and that I'm trying to live with, and I'm trying to like start, projecting out of myself as like being an artist, of like just, coming into your power and your strength and understanding it. And I think that Hanuman, that was like the takeaway for me, was that, we all have this in us, and we just, for some reason it's lost, or we don't understand what we have. We don't know the power that we have within us.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I think it even comes down to like it's a good symbol for a lot of like the medical stuff that we deal with. Like when, you're looking for, I don't know how to answers
healing,
and healing,
cures.
How to keep yourself healthy and stuff like that. There's this side, which is kind of the more, it gets kind of thrown out as like hippie or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you really can make yourself believe in something, and it's
power
just
within
the belief,
yourself.
like you can really change a lot in your body and your mind.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, and it takes work, and you gotta just kind of keep thinking about it.
Yeah,
but we really
you have to like change your inner monologue. Like your inner monologue goes to this like, oh no, I'm getting sick. Oh no, I can't do it. Oh no, I'm not strong enough. Oh no, I can't handle this.
Yeah.
And I think you need to like change it, right? You need to like switch it off in your brain.
And we have this power to overcome all that stuff.
For sure.
Just inside our body.
Yeah. We don't need necessarily the medical intervention. We don't need anyone to help us. We can handle it. We can do it.
Yeah. And
change it and be this like divine creature.
If you believe it.
If you believe it, I know. And we talk about this a lot, and without downplaying anything, because of course we're respectful of the shaman and the gurus and the doctors that we have are surrounding us. Like they're the medical practitioners, of course we respect them, but I think we, in some elements, in some respect, we need to take back our power. We need to like find the strength and find the things that are in us and like awaken it, right? Like allow ourselves to awaken the self power that we have within us. So yeah, I thought it was a really cool symbol, cool energy. And I really do get that vibe every time I go to CoSM. They're just like trying to empower people. Like,
yes,
no one ever is made to feel silly. No one's idea is shot down. No one's art is like frowned upon. Like everyone is just so celebrated.
Well, that's what's really cool. Like with that place too, is that it's really kind of, it's by artists for artists.
Yeah.
And everybody you meet there, they're artists. There's somebody that's doing something, and they're there because they made the trek, and it's worthwhile for them. But there isn't a lot of places like that are there for artists, and artists can be, for the most part, like kind of they're they're typically always struggling inside. I feel like they're a hard person to figure out or deal with, or there's a lot to deal with themselves.
Or it's the other way where they're like so egocentric, like they think they're better than everyone else. So they're like, somebody in that position could
That's
be
true.
like looking down their nose at you and being like, nice stick figure. Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing? You know?
Yeah.
But there is that middle ground where you're confident and you feel happy with yourself and you find that like balance, but you're not so high up that you think you're better than everyone else. There's like this beautiful space, and I think that was like another kind of theme that they were talking about with Hanuman, is that he was amazing and he was great and he was powerful, and that's why they have so much worship for this like figure or this symbol, is because he was using his gifts to help other people. He was using his gifts to like shed and spread love.
Yeah, and he was always humble, right?
Yeah, but he was still so humble. He wasn't doing it like egocentrically. He wasn't like, I'm the best, here I am, I'm so strong. Because he had forgotten his power and forgotten his abilities, he was just using it to help others. And I think we all could really like learn a lesson about like, using our gifts and using our art to like make people happy or brighten someone's day, or maybe your art's going to inspire someone to create their own art, or maybe your art's going to inspire someone to do something else or help a friend, or art works in really, really magical ways. And I think if we take it out of it being like, this is mine, I'm making this, and we make it more like, I'm doing this for other people, I'm doing it for an audience, I think it can be a really beautiful switch. And that's happening right now at CoSM every single day.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing having them there. So supportive of everybody.
Yeah.
And
they're doing a great job of servicing their community.
Yeah.
Teaching those lessons.
And staying so humble, and like
So
you'll never
humble.
Really, that I think they said that, but they say like creativity is their religion, basically.
Yeah.
And it's like finding spiritual,
that's the institution.
Finding spiritual truth through creativity.
Yeah.
So basically, in their eyes, anybody who is just being creative at all,
yeah, is
doing good for the world.
And you're connected to the divine. The divine is in you, right? That's the divine part of you, is your creator.
I guess as long as you have good intentions. But yeah.
What would be bad intentions of creating?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you're creating negative stuff. You know what I mean? But like maybe that's going to bring
art.
People... Dark art.
Dark art.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's true, though. Every time, there's so many pieces of paper in the world, and anytime you just bring a pencil to it, you're the only one who's created that
thing, that time.
That thing, whatever's on that page.
Yeah. Yeah, it's special.
And it's cool. I think they're really trying to encourage other people to start too. Yeah. Basically anybody who's there, just draw something, right?
Yeah. And it is a practice, right? It's not just like I did this and it's done. It's a practice. Art is a practice.
Yeah.
Dance is a practice. Singing is a practice. Music is a practice. Anything that's creative is practice.
Yeah, and even like we had,
better.
You had that coloring book fad for a while, but that really is a great thing to get into. It's relaxing. It's
relaxing.
It's meditative. It's helpful for people.
It's better than your cell phone.
Definitely.
Get a coloring book today. Are we gonna ever see a Kaleidoscope Design coloring book?
Kaleidoscope coloring book? Yeah, maybe.
I hope so.
Yeah, I've been told it enough times. We'll see.
Maybe
we will
text Alex and tell him to tell you it.
Yeah.
Maybe if it comes from him. All right. So the last part of the full moon ceremony before all the art stuff just broke out was Lama Dralma. She was amazing. So yeah, they finished off the full moon ceremony lecture portion that we were in Entheon with this beautiful woman. She is from a nearby Buddhist temple. I guess they were just, they kept saying like, how they were like so aligned and they were working together as a partnership. And I can only imagine, right, how much time they probably have connection with it. It's another guru that is not in their wheelhouse. So like he was Christian, she's Jewish. And this kind of adds that extra element, which like totally, I mean, anybody that tends to like be searching for spirituality will find so much openness and so much like life lessons. There's so much like philosophy involved in Buddhism. So it was awesome. She was talking about they brought her in because she was kind of sharing the theme of liberation. She had just gotten back and we just looked her up on Instagram. Again, if you want to check her out. She's amazing. Lama Arya Dralma on Instagram. She had just done like the big gathering in the Ganges. It's called Kalam Mela. And it's this like big meeting. All these people get together. I think it's like 6 million people come. It's every 12 years. But then there's like this bigger one that's like every 144 years. And that was the one this year. So there was like over 6 million people all bathing in the Ganges. They come together and they're all coming together.
Yeah, they say it's the largest festival on the planet.
Oh, yeah?
Like it's the largest gathering of people for any event or anything.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, so they're all coming together for the collective yearning of liberation. They call it moksha. And they're all bathing in the sacred river during this like specific planetary alignment. And they believe that it cleanses lifetimes of karma. Oh, excuse me. It's an outward ritual reflecting an inward journey towards freedom from suffering and the cycle of rebirth. So they're all like, again, Buddhists believe in reincarnation and enlightenment. So it kind of goes along with that like whole cyclical work of rebirth and trying to get, rid of the pain and the suffering of life, really. And then, so the second part of her talk was the mindful meditation.
She mentioned that too, I think, like the life is suffering thing too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's painful. She was like, "Oh, it's hard for you to even get here tonight."
I kind of liked her take on it though, because she was like, for us, it's like, I think she said something like life is minor inconveniences or something like that. Yeah. So it's like, it's not like we're suffering.
Yeah, suffering's a powerful word, and we just visualize somebody beating us or whatever, something really vicious and uncomfortable. And again, like I said, we're not dealing necessarily with the same physical limitations as like slavery that people deal with every day in different parts of the country or parts of the world, not the country.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone in Canada is in like, anybody, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Doesn't matter. I mean, it is happening physically to people, but I think even if we can't rationalize that, or if that doesn't resonate with you, but it might be something that's more mental.
Yep.
Yeah. So she took us through this like mindful meditation. Again, you can check this whole full moon ceremony out on YouTube and watch it again. I watched it again today. It was beautiful. It was basically visualizing this person in front of you, this beautiful, like either your mother or your child. Visualize the person who like loves you the most in the world, maybe your spouse. And then put yourself in the other position and then make it so that, you're pushing this like love and light and the amount of love that your mother or your child or your spouse feels towards you, and do it towards yourself. So it was like really about, self-love, self-care, visualizing yourself being completely healed, and being able to like walk through this experience of feeling complete, feeling healed, this, gift of loving kindness and compassion, and then being able to share that with the rest of the world and kind of what that would look like for the universe. If everyone could get to a place where they felt worthy and they felt, worthy of love and felt, complete and whole and healed, and they didn't feel the suffering anymore.
Yeah, and worthy to share it as well. I think she said that like you have to have yourself taken care of before you can care for other people, right?
Yeah, and then she talked about at the Buddhist temple them using these types of meditation and training people to use these types of meditation during times of anxiety and stress, which is like easier said than done. Of course, people are like, yeah, you know, I tried that. But did you go to the temple? Do you go to the temple every week and like, you know, practice these like mindful meditation practices? Because that would be my first go to. I would try something like this before, you know, trying like some of the different medications that they're trying to prescribe for anxiety and stress, right? So she was giving some like really beautiful tactics, I think, and techniques that people can use to try to combat some of these mental negative talks and negative anguish thoughts.
I definitely felt it while I was there.
Yeah.
Just sitting there, you just feel this warmth of love and stuff as you're thinking about it. And
white light that she described, like bursting out of you and towards you.
It's really cool, and it definitely changes how you feel. Like and it's easy, it's free.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was really healing. And again, check her out on Instagram, because even just her story was so crazy. I think she was like a supermodel in New York City. She was like, she's beautiful, just gorgeous. But now she's wearing like the traditional Buddhist, you know, gowns, clothing. And she was a really amazing character and just had so much to say about switching your mindset, right? Going from these like negative thoughts, which do enslave us, to that being the first step towards mental liberation. You can't be liberated until you're going to get yourself out of this like cycle of telling yourself that you're enslaved.
Yeah.
If you can get yourself out of this place of like, I'm not good enough, I suck, I can't do this, then you can move to a place of like, I can do this, I am worthy of love, I'm healed, I'm capable.
Yeah, so maybe a lot of people's cage is their own mind.
100%.
And they can open that up,
break free
with
by
your
yourself.
own mind.
Yeah, use your own mind to break your own mind out of your own mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, like I prefaced, it's easier said than done. Like mindful meditation is a practice. She did talk about that. She just kept saying, you know, it's a practice. And she also, this part resonated with me big time, was said that at the temple, when they're training people to use this, it's called Tonglen meditation.
Okay.
And she said that it's the most powerful time to manifest what you want. So like, you know, step one is to like learn these practices and learn mindful meditation. And then step two is to be using this like white space to bring to life what you want, you know, to figure out the things in your life that you want to manifest and you want to happen. And then picture them in your mind's eye, because you're in this beautiful state of just bursting with love and light, that like you're in a positive state, that adding intentionality to it is so simple. It's like this one extra little step from, you know, I'm powerful and I love myself and I'm healed and I'm whole, I can do anything.
Yep.
So yeah, I thought it was amazing. I loved her. Immediately in love. She was so good. So yeah, she kind of closed it out. Then Alex did a little blessing, and then the party started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we taking a break first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready for a break.
All right. We'll be back. We are back. Yes.
Sweet. So yeah, after the incredibly educational and totally inspiring 2 hours of a seminar or lecture or homily or sermon, whatever you want to call it, it's party time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they open up Grey House. And yeah, we had 2 hours of just like pure art.
Yeah, it was
It
awesome.
was so amazing.
So they had a band called Source, and they were a progressive metal band. So I hadn't really looked into it before we went, so I was pretty happy to have like a really quaint metal show like in house.
Yeah.
That was great. And
I was
a
happy
really
they provided earplugs.
yeah, they provided earplugs.
No, the band was
awesome.
great. I
Yeah.
didn't mind them at all. Obviously, metal's not my first choice of music, but when it's done properly and it's like clean and the vocals aren't just screaming and yelling. I
Yeah,
don't mind it.
they
It's
were
fine.
called Source. They were from Colorado, and they had progressive metal. Like it uses a lot of like weird time signatures, and there is a lot
So
of like
weird.
clean parts and clean vocals, but then it kind of morphs into the heavier sections too. But they're really good.
Yeah.
They're cool
Also,
guys.
we met the one guitar player, right? The next day at
They
our
were-
church.
They were all at our church.
Oh, they were?
Yep.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he actually said he was like a light artist or something. Did he call himself a light artist?
Yeah, well, he's like lighting technician.
Yeah. Well, he had all those like crazy lights on. It was cool.
Yeah. So they had
They were all, like,
lights that were timed to the
timed to the
music,
music,
and the
yeah.
whole show set was timed. That's really hard to do.
That's
even.
so hard to do.
Yeah,
I know he was saying it was like a visual metronome.
yeah.
That's so crazy. Yeah, they were really good. And then yeah, there was like a whole bunch of live painting being done. There was like one in the parlor.
Yeah, there was 4 artists there. I
Rosie
think.
was doing by the sand art.
Yeah. Yeah, and they had a giant sand mandala,
Yeah.
so we didn't have to do it like the Buddhists and make it
Yeah,
like perfectly symmetrical. I asked the guy
Jake
like
was
kind of
picturing
jokingly, I was like,
Baraka.
okay,
He's
so we're
like,
making
oh.
it all perfectly symmetrical.
Yeah.
It was gonna take hours on end,
No.
but no, everybody just kind of put their own little
Lines
just
and
whatever you
squiggles.
wanted, I
Yeah,
guess,
man,
yeah.
it's hard to control sand when it's coming out the end of a bottle.
yeah, it was.
Very hard. You just had to hold your finger over it and hope for the best. But it was really fun.
Yeah, it was a fun activity.
And it was a fun community part. Actually, we're going to bring it to Jake's dock.
I think so.
Yeah.
And yeah, the way
I'm
that
going to be cleaning
they,
up sand for the rest of my life.
Well, no, that's why you do it at the end of the night, right? So you do the whole sand mandala process,
Yeah.
and then once it's all done, then you sweep all the sand up. So it's
Yeah.
basically like you've put in this work and you've put your energy out there,
Yeah.
and then you wipe it away to kind of free yourself from attachment or
Yeah.
any of this
That's a
stuff,
pretty
right?
big Buddhist philosophy.
Yeah.
Resolve yourself from attachment.
Yep.
I think about that every day. Every day when I throw all our stuff away. I'm like, oh, this is taking me away from attachment. I'm no longer attached to my things. And I'm no longer attached to Jacob's things.
Yeah.
As I'm throwing them away. I'm no longer attached to my kids' things as I'm throwing them away. Especially Lego toys that I'm stepping on my foot. Throw them away, not attached. Sorry, Jake. Anyways, yeah, it was really cool. It was a great 2-hour night. Oh, they did the sacred bonfire, which I think obviously they don't do because like it's freezing, so they don't do it during the winter.
Well, obviously not, but yeah, they had a
This is the
they had
first
a wicked
year.
bonfire.
It's
I thought they said they
huge.
had fire spinners there. I think we missed it.
Yeah, they did say they had some fire spinners, and we did miss it.
Yeah.
So we were inside playing with sand.
Sand and the metal band.
Oh yeah, the metal band we were in for a long time. Yeah, but it's really cool. I mean, any party like that where you get to kind of go room for room and like every room has like something different to offer. Those are my favorite
Oh,
parties.
and that house is just the best.
Yeah,
too. It's so
every
cool.
piece of art on the wall is just magical. Like, yeah, it was great.
And everybody there is so interesting.
So nice and so interesting. I know. I'm like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I own a chain of whatever. Oh, what do you? Oh, I'm a lawyer. I own 5 law offices. I'm like, oh my gosh, like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I mean, you think, and again, it's so cool because no one's coming at it with this like egocentric mentality. No one's like,
Yep.
I'm a doctor. They're just like, that's what I do, but like, I don't even care. And then usually the conversation goes from like, I mean, sometimes it comes up what you do because that's just like people naturally identify like that. But I was saying this every time, I mean, this is the second time we've been there, but like the whole time we're there, I'm just so impressed that like it's never small talk. It's always like deep talk. No one's talking about like, you know, the basketball game last night or where they ate for dinner. Like they're talking about like deep, big philosophical ideas or like esoteric, you know, crazy, like fringe topics. Like everything's wild. Everyone's talking about things that like is like, you know, deep down burning questions in them that they want to know what other people are thinking about this, you know, like the conversations are always amazing.
Yeah.
And the advice is always so huge and like, so it comes from such like a thoughtful place. Like, yeah, I wish I could literally just put like a recorder on myself and record all the conversations that I had that night. They're all so cool.
Yeah.
And so insightful and smart. Like it's such smart.
It really
it's
is.
the smartest hippies I've ever met.
Yeah.
Everyone just looks like they're, you know, farting around, and yet like they're the most magical people I've ever met.
Yeah, it's always super inspiring. And it's interesting too because it's, you know, it was a party that goes till midnight. The night ends with Howling at the Moon at midnight. Yeah. Which actually we were still inside for, but it's a great ending though. Yeah. And oh shoot, happened again.
12 o'clock early.
Oh no, I was gonna say, yeah, just conversations and the people. Oh no, don't know where I was going again. Oh boy, I'm tired tonight.
Time for bed.
Yeah.
I'm again. We talked about this on the last episode of CoSM too, but like no alcohol.
No, that's where I was going.
You don't get. There you go. I got you, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No drunk. You know, drunk people just blabbering on about drunk things. No drunk. You know, like clear, beautiful thoughts. Yep. Very intelligent, like hyper focused, insightful. Like, yeah, the conversations are beautiful. Once you take out, sadly, because you know, I like beer.
Yeah. Me too.
But I think like there is a difference. You know, I mean, we've always taken a stance of like not overdoing it to the. You know, we don't get to a point where we're not making cognitive sense. But I think as soon as you give humans typically that environment where alcohol is present, sometimes people can't control it, right? And they do you always got those people at the party that are just like stumbling or loud or not making sense.
Yeah, no, I think they keep it like a sober place just so if there are people that are struggling, they feel comfortable there and stuff like that. But maybe. At the same time, I think it's just like
you know, the energy behind that molecule is dampening. It's dampening your creative, you know? I don't know. I don't feel that much like creativity happens out of alcohol. I think it makes it sloppy.
I do sometimes, but yeah.
Maybe that's just because you're a creative being and you're using it like in such a small dose. Yeah. Right? Where like, you know, typically
obviously
speaking,
too much, you're not getting anything done.
No, it like dampens your abilities. Like it, you know, the way, it just makes everything like less in focus. You're less like acute. Your senses are, I mean, I don't have to sit here and antagonize alcohol, but yeah, I think it's a really cool environment, and you do notice the difference between that. Like take that scene and then take Shpongle the night before.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Where people are falling over and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Wild.
Some guy, did you see that guy?
No.
There was a guy in the lobby of our house.
Do I want to hear this?
I think so. It's a crazy story.
Okay.
In the lobby of our hotel, we walk in and there's a guy like with a black eye, and one of his friends had a Shpongle shirt. And I was like, oh no, like, you know, are these guys getting in fights at that show? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Right. And then he was on the balcony, and he like looked directly into one of the lasers and lost his balance and fell off the balcony. What? And like smashed his eye on something.
What?
Yeah.
Dove off the balcony? It was so high.
Yeah, it was. I know.
He's like, he didn't break his neck.
I can't believe I didn't see it happen.
Well, we were front row.
I know.
I wasn't looking back.
It just happened at some point. Some guy fell off the balcony.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I don't know if that was alcohol involved, but
probably.
Yeah. So you see what happens, right? When people are like drinking, like it's a different vibe.
Yeah.
You're not getting clear, concise conversations at midnight. That's for sure. So yeah, it was amazing. And then Sunday was art church, which again, we didn't really know what to expect. We thought it was like something similar. I'm like, maybe it's a repeat.
I thought
it's going to be like another sermon. That would make more sense.
Art church would be the sermon.
Yeah.
But no, church, we do art.
Yeah, art church, you do art.
Brienne isn't typically an artist, so you got to do some art. It was actually I really like the format.
Yeah.
You come in, they kind of explain what's going to happen here, what we do here. And basically they do 45 minutes of silent drawing. Alex and Allyson do like a bit of poetry reading from like their poetry books.
Oh yeah.
And then they just put music on and everybody draws, and they kind of start with, again, we had the theme of liberation. That's the theme of the weekend.
Yep.
And he did a little speech on that, and then we drew.
I love, so when we came in, there was like all kinds of stuff. There was like every kind of pencil, crayon, marker. Like they basically put out any kind of tool that you might want to use for your art, like whatever what's it called, medium.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, not an artist. But yeah, they put out all kinds of art products and stuff that you can kind of pick from. And I just was brought to tears. Like we came in and Allison started to like introduce and explain what we were going to do. And she was like, like get what you need. So then now is the time to like go back and get what you need. And she's like, tell me what you need. What does anyone need? She's like, I know what you need. You all need love. And I was like, oh my God. Like she's just so intuitive. Like everything she says is just so like genuine and from this place of like, there to protect her community and teach everyone how to like take care of each other. And amazing. She's the ultimate mother to that community.
And then after the 45 minutes of drawing, then everybody had a turn to share their artwork that they drew if they wanted to, and talk about it and kind of relate it to the theme.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see just the variety of styles, and even the levels of where the artists are at and stuff like that, and just all the different stuff. I guess you can tune into it online if you want to. So I
was gonna say we should do that with the kids. Yeah.
And there was some kids that did it, and I
think it's a good practice. Like once a month, you just like spend on a Sunday. It's perfect timing just to like listen to music. They had like a great playlist.
Yeah, a really cool playlist.
Yeah, curated playlist all about freedom and liberation. And then
actually that one song like blew my mind. It's this techno guy. Like,
we just checked him out last night.
Yeah, Umet Ozcan.
Yeah.
And he does like Mongolian throat singing mixed with electronic music and kind of the Mongolian flutes and stuff too. It was awesome.
Yeah, he's from the Netherlands.
Yeah,
that guy seemed awesome. We checked him out last night when we came home. We watched a concert with the kids.
But that was a good find from that playlist. That was cool.
Yeah. What did you draw?
What did I draw? Yeah, so
disco ball.
So the theme was liberation, and at the beginning during their speech, Alex was saying, he's like, you can't really have liberation without something that is restraining you or holding you or like containing you, right?
Yeah.
And I always think of this too, and I don't know, there's something called like survivorship bias. So when you just go through life and everything's great, it almost becomes dull and boring. But if you go through a traumatic experience and then things turn great, then you really have this much more respect for how good what is happening now, even if it's just like, I went outside and I laid on the grass. Where for somebody who had just gone through, a really terrible time, now just getting to go and lay on this grass is an amazing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where somebody who's just in, a normal time, that's just not really a big deal. I can do that every day, no big deal.
Yeah, so you become like you take everything for granted.
You take it for granted.
Yeah.
So this when we were talking about liberation, I was like, okay, so I don't know. I thought about the restraining thing is going to be a cage, right? And then so I drew it as a sphere, and I kind of tried to make like this 3-dimensional spherical cage. But then by the time the 45 minutes was up, all I had finished was the cage itself, where the goal of the drawing was to make like
Show
light
liberation.
exploding out of the cage to represent like liberating from the cage.
Yeah.
But all I finished was the cage. So yeah, after
Liberation is a cage.
yeah.
You should just draw like a big like red X through it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll finish the drawing. Yeah, no cage.
no cage, liberation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that really resonates with me because I have always been accused of like creating chaos. Like I create problems. And maybe that is it. Maybe I'm like creating chaos so that I like have these feelings of good. Like maybe my life is so good that I have to like create chaos. So I have that you know, feeling of liberation because I've created a life for myself where there's not a lot of constraints. Like, and I've said that to myself before. I'm like, what am I freaking out about? Like, there's nothing to, and you say it to me every single day. But yeah, I mean, it really could be like a mental, you know, game that you do play with yourself where you're like, I have to create the bad so that I can pretend that it's good. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the good, right? You want the upswing. So you have to like make a downswing so that there's an upswing.
Yeah, it's hard to understand what good is when you don't have that relativity.
Yeah.
And that's why we end up with the saying like the grass is always greener on the other side.
Right.
Because yeah, you just think, oh, it's got to be better somewhere. But really it could be best where you are. You never know.
Yeah. Totally. Well, I got lots to work on after this weekend.
Yeah. I know. It's such a... Both times we went, it was... I don't know. It always exceeds my expectations.
Oh, yeah.
And it really is just the community that's there. And that's what I just hope it could happen more. It's a hard thing to do. Mm-hmm. It's hard to buy this big property. But I think if the artists get together and help each other, because that was cool about the sharing part, right?
Yeah.
So you have Alex Grey, and Allyson, like these renowned artists that we can go through their gallery and see the incredible work that both of them have done.
Yeah.
And but then they're all like, they'll look at your drawing after you do the church, right? Mm-hmm. And they can both they'll pick out the good in it and encourage you to like, you know, keep going or just say what they like about it and whatever. And artists need that. Like, you need that encouragement, I think.
And they're also encouraging like the social fabrics too, right? Where like maybe somebody, you know, I was just drawing stick people. I haven't drawn since grade school. But it's also, they were just able to respond in such like an insightful way just to like the social ideas too. Like you said, it's the community part. So it's not, they're not just there supporting art. They're supporting creativity.
Everybody doesn't have to draw.
No. Everyone has different forms of art and creativity, right? Yeah. So, yeah, I think they are really like supportive in that way. And you're right. Everyone walks away from that place just being so inspired to keep being creative and whatever manifest that looks like for your life.
But I was thinking about that too. Like even Brandon Agnew's songwriting club. Yeah. That's a great get together of like-minded people, community, that are kind of working towards the same goal, writing songs. And you need like encouragement or help sometimes. And typically as an artist, you're like, well, this is my piece of art, so I need to, you know, be the one who works on it and finishes it. But sometimes it's great just to show it to someone else and be like, hey, what do you think? You know? Yeah.
They've been calling, they are like CEO of our growth coach program. She was calling it like a mastermind program. And it's same thing, right? It's just a community of all of us, and we all own dance studios, and we really are like our own our own special business that like, we're not trying to sell products. We're like selling community. Like literally that is our business, is growing and building community. So yeah, when we see those kids coming together and creating community together, they are inspiring each other every single day in all their walks, in their whole entire life. It's not just in their dancing. It's in, their time in between and how they're doing in school and how they're doing in their interpersonal relationships. So I think everyone needs community, but especially for art to flourish, I think it really is like becoming, imperative that you have those like mastermind peers, those peers that are together, keeping you, just encouraging you to keep doing it, especially now where it becomes so like thankless, right? There's no subsidy involved. There's no finances involved. You're not in a world where like we're told that if you don't get paid, it's not worth doing. It's not worth your time. Artists really do need community.
Definitely.
Yeah. So wherever you are, as usual, if you're trying to make art, find your tribe.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, find your tribe.
Find the others.
And yeah, if you can make the trek, then go visit the Greys, because you'll have a wonderful, encouraging weekend. And
maybe we should plan to bring like a bus down. Can Artistically Married be like subsidize a bus? We're going to do this.
Who knows?
We're making this happen.
Maybe a train.
2026.
Then somebody doesn't have to drive the bus.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. We could make a train trip.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll figure it out.
It should go right there.
Yeah. Drop us off right there. Yeah, because the Hudson River is like up the street. We can walk.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a train there. Awesome. All right. Well, it was nice to just catch up. It's just two of us. We've had a slew of guests and we got more to come. Next week we got James
do we have
Gizzy.
anything upcoming that we want to talk about, even with future plans or something like that?
Yeah. Next week we have James Gizzy.
Yeah. But past that.
No. I only plan 1 week ahead.
Okay.
No, actually that's not true. We got James Gizzy, and then we're doing a Star Wars episode. I'm really excited about that. We're gonna have our really good friend Sean Harris join us. He is also a Star Wars enthusiast, but also a guru when it comes to Star Wars.
Okay. He
knows all the Star Wars stuff. And then after that we have Matt Taylor from the Naturalites. He's coming down. Yeah, they have a show coming up. So he'll be telling us all about that. I think they have an album coming out.
Awesome.
Which I am so excited for.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing. Yeah. And then after that we're headed up north.
Yeah.
We
might do some northern podcasts.
Yeah, we got some northern podcasts. Yeah. We're gonna have our friend Darcy Cybalski on and our friend Richard Studall,
we're going to bring
comedian.
the telescope up there.
Oh, good.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a cool story too.
For another time.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Don't forget to follow us on Spotify and you'll never miss a podcast.
Good night.
Yep. Good night.
Wow.